good morning. We've heard that there's a possibility that we can maybe go fishing in the next week and a half or so. Hopefully with level 3. So seeing it's Galjoen season, so I'm just going to do a little, just a quick little introduction. I'm going to keep it nice and simple. What tackle I'm using. I know a couple of guys have done it as well. This will be for the False Bay area, maybe Weskus as well. It's a slightly different fishery than Struisbaai, Stilbaai. I mean, they got good fish and bigger fish there as well. Here we'll catch. We've got a lot of Galjoen, but they're a lot smaller. We'll be catching fish between 30, 33, 34 centimeter. That's like your main, and then now and then you get your like 37, 38 centimeters, and every now and then you get like a 40 odd, So that means our tackle is totally different. We also use smaller hooks. Our fishing style is different as well. What I found, one of the guys up in Stilbaai also told me they fish deeper and they fish pinnacles. In False Bay, it'll be a lot more like beach fishing, waiting for the holes to wash open, and like after a storm, you wait for the water just to calm down a bit, and then look for the holes that's opened up, and you'll fish and concentrate that area. Or you'll go out onto the reefs and you scratch around. We're fishing very, very close. You'll be fishing, you'll be further out into the ocean, but you'll be scratching around like 10, 15 meters in front of you, which is really exciting fishing also. So what I'm going to show you, but because of that, you're going to have two different setups. You're going to have a lighter, very light and shorter setup, specifically for fishing in close or scratching, hard scratching. And then you're going to have your longer rod where you can put a smaller bait far out. If the holes open up slightly further, or you need to like punch it a bit and get it through like through a stiff southeaster, or so it's definitely two different styles. Just quickly, I was going to show you what I'm using at the moment. I've got the Daiwa Saltist. There you go. Love this rod. It's 12'6". It's a light spinning. Okay, so it's a 2 to 4 ounce. Yeah, nice and simple. It's feather light. It's really, really light, and that's for your close and scratching. I mean, I use this for competitive angling as well, for your Bellman, your dust and stuff like that, your blacktail, your smaller baits. Very, very sensitive. Really, it's an awesome rod. It's got some nice cobbies on them as well, up to 8 kilos. Handles really well. Some good gullies on them also. My other rod is probably my personal favorite at this stage. It is the Poseidon Edibles. Okay, so I went to the 15 foot, and it's rated up to 5 ounce, as you can see there. Why I love this rod, it's light, it's got a hell of a lot of backbone, and the tip it's just one of those rods that you pick up and this thing's gonna help me fish even better. So when I bought this, I put in a 5 ounce sinker, and you just sling that sinker out of sight. Also, why I like this rod is the finish on this. As you'll probably hear, it's like a rough finish. They've got a rough wrapping around this, so it's not a rod that's going to chip easily. It's like a tool. You can use this thing, which I really, really like. I am quite hard on my tackle because you're on the reefs the whole time. And this rod hasn't got a single scratch on it yet. I actually went through a tree with it as well. It doesn't have a single scratch on it. The eyes are solid. That's really good quality guides on here as well. I'm really enjoying it. On both these rods, I use a 5,000 size reel. I've got the BG Mag Seal, and I've got the normal BG as well. That's the job. And then got a 100-pound leader, short piece of leader, not even say a meter, just to tie your knots on. And then I've got a 40-pound J braid on there as well. It is smooth and it costs an absolute mile. I'm going to put some 30-pound on it as well. It's even thinner. And I had 30-pound on, and you get serious distance with a small sinker and a small bait. Lovely casting braid as well. So for False Bay, what I found, your baits, simple baits. My most successful bait is probably white mussel, especially early season. It just works. If I have worm, I'll throw worm as well. With the same ratio, success ratio. So I go for white mussel. You can buy it over the counter. very, very effective. And especially early season with the white mussel, you'll even catch your cob, and you catch your cob between the gullies. Yeah, I've caught Belm between the gullies on white mussel, elf as well. So yeah, we don't have a lot of species in False Bay, so use a bait while you're fishing for galjoen. They can maximize, and well, you can target everything else. Nice little white bait. I'll start using the red bait like now, around about June, July. We have a big storm coming through tomorrow. I think it's like 8-9 meter swells. So I think the gullies are going to be, they're going to be feeding, and we're going to be sitting, enjoying our lockdown. So because we have a lot of smaller fish here and we're fishing different, we use a slightly smaller hook. I always have a float on my line, not on the hook. Even with a circle hook, I put a small piece of float on, I secure it with a toothpick, and rightly you will have some teeth marks on the float, but the fish will commit on your bait. A galjoen is very nieuwsgierig, inquisitive. Some of the spearfishermen told me that when they diving and they see the gullies, they'll wiggle their fingers, and the galjoen will actually stop and come in a bit, and then they'll shoot him. So they're very inquisitive, and that's what I think. Little neon float. You don't want flotation. It doesn't have to float up in the air. Just a piece of neon float. I've even had very good success on black float, believe it or not. So I think it's just maybe just add something in the water just to attract them. I mean, you don't want your bait to lie between the rocks and the kelp. You don't want it there. You want something that can just literally, when the swell comes through, just pick it up slightly, just a bit more give it more attention and attraction. So yeah, I'm just going to do a basic galjoen trace that I use in False Bay and when I was fishing West Coast as well. I'm gonna, okay, so I've got a 0.60 Maxima again. This one's about 40-45 centimeters. Now, what I find, if the water's rough, I'll make the trace probably like 30 centimeters long if the water's really strong. If the water's calm, I'll go up to like 50 centimeters for the hook trace. And that's where the circle comes in nicely. I don't know if you guys have noticed that not a lot of galjoen actually swallow the hook. I can remember 2 or 3 fish that literally swallowed a hook. Most of the galjoen is caught like in the corner of the mouth or the bottom lip. So my theory is they'll take the bait and they'll swim off and they swallow it later on. So I think that's where the circle hook also works like and even the slightly longer trace for them. So yeah, but each use own. So what I'm going to do, I've got my swivel there, I've got my little short sinker trace. The sinker trace is probably half the length of the hook trace. Okay, so I'm going to put the, okay, yeah, I've already put the swirl on, so I can't do a snell knot on the circle hook. I'll put the float on. I'm just going to do a little figure 8 around the shank. It's very, very simple. I'm not going to get too technical on the knotting now. Just a little one. I'll show that a bit later on. The main thing with the circle hook, you just want that angle on the you just want the angle of the hook and the line to be like that. I'm just going to come off. Okay, so that's what you want. You see that angle? That's how a circle hook should sit. It just gives you a bit more of a grip. Okay, that angle for the hook up. Right, and now so there's your hook. There's your float. What I normally do, I just take like 3 finger lengths, breedtes, finger widths, like that. Put it in there and just break him off. That's it, straightforward. Does not interfere with the bait. Your bait's gonna be built around the hook up to probably about there. Okay, and there swirl. So I'm just gonna do a white mussel bait as I've done the previous time as well. Beautiful fresh white mussel. That's yeah. So again, as I mentioned earlier, you're gonna have like the slightly smaller ones. There's your tongue. There's the bag, the darmpie. And there's some sinew of sealingkies in that. I'm just going to tilt the camera slightly like this. Let's just show you. Okay. So now you can put it through the tongue if you'd like to. There you go. And then through the Darrenpie again. Alright. Always a proud hook. That's the most important thing. That's why you might miss fish. So ek gaan dit afsny. Okay. And again, now just above the hook, the eye of the hook, above the shank, tie it on very, very tightly. Again, this for circle hook, so there's nothing too difficult on it. Then what I like to do, just turn like that to give a bigger gape. You see, that's the most important part there. And then tie it on there. Now again, your hook point, your hook is in the Darrenpie now, in the guts, and that's where the fish will feed. See, your float's not interfering with it at all. So there's your bait. Actually, make it a bit more streamlined. When you cast this bait, you don't want this to move down too far, you know. So you still want that gape, and it's nice and soft. So yeah, that's a nice little bait. He'll come feeding there, and he'll hang himself there. All right. From hook trays of 1.60. We get very, very clean water here sometimes as well, so that's why I go 0.50 sometimes, not thinner than that. 0.50 is like almost a no-no. 0.60 is your minimum you should go, 5.5 maybe, because yeah, when the galjoen takes you, and yeah, it's a strong fish, and if it wraps you around the like a pinnacle reef, I mean, it can chafe through the line very, very quickly. Always a power swivel, small power swivel. Not a what noem hulle dit, triangle or three-way swivel. I don't like it. Triangle, normal power swivel, nice and thin. It's not gonna get stuck between crevices and that when the fish pulls you. So yeah, nice and simple. And then of course, also lastly, a little sinker you can use. This is a 2 ounce. Remember your little piece of nylon string there. You tie it on there. So this will just guard your sinker from when it knocks against the rocks, that you don't hit the nylon off. Okay, so yeah, that's it, little white mussel presentation, and hopefully in the next couple of days we can start fishing. I really hope so, because this lockdown sucks absolutely. There's no, yeah. Anyway, let's reserve our comments for that. Cheers.